The drums of OMUYA. Long ago, in a village there lived a woman named Ijeoma. She was known for her laughter, soft, bright, and full of life. Her hands could turn palm fibers into beauty, and her heart was as tender as morning dew. But her laughter began to fade the day she married Obidike, a man whose pride was louder than thunder. At first, their home was full of song. Obidike was a drum maker, and Ijeoma's voice used to rise above the beating skins, tom tom tom, joy echoing across the hills. But love, when soaked too long in anger, begins to rot. Soon, the music changed. It began with words, harsh, sharp, cutting deeper than a blade. Then came the blows. A slap for a late meal. A kick for a question. When her face swelled, she smiled and said, "I fell while fetching firewood." When her arm bruised, she whispered, "It's nothing." The mortar slipped. And the village nodded, though every woman's heart ached with knowing. No mortar bruises the spirit like that. One dry afternoon, an old wanderer woman named Neka came to OMUYA. She had traveled through many lands and could see pain the way hunters smell rain. When she looked at Ijeoma, she sighed and said, "My daughter, your eyes are singing a song your mouth will not." Ijeoma tried to smile. "I am fine, Mama." Neka shook her head. "The fine ones are the most broken." Then she gave Ijeoma a small drum, round as the moon and light as air. "When your voice is taken, beat this drum. When your truth is buried, beat it." The ancestors were here. Ijeoma kept it hidden beneath her sleeping mat. She never touched it. Until the night the storm came. The wind roared through OMUYA that night. Trees bent. Doors rattled. Obidike came home with fury burning in his eyes. He had heard whispers that the elders questioned his cruelty, that women now looked at him differently, and some had begun to carry small drums too. He stormed into the hut. "You shame me, Ijeoma. You speak when I forbid it. You turn my name into laughter." He kicked over her water pot, grabbed his machete, and raised it high. But Ijeoma didn't run this time. She stood still, her shadow come against the wall. "Obidike," she said quietly, "if my death will make you a man, strike. But know this, the moment my blood touches the earth, your feet will never walk it again." Her voice carried power, like it had been borrowed from thunder. Obidike laughed cruelly. "You think your words can stop me?" He swung the blade, but before it touched her, the drum beneath the mouth began to beat on its own. Tom, tom, tom. The sound grew louder, filling the hut, shaking the ground. Obidike froze. His arm stiffened. The machete trembled midair. His breath caught, and before Ijeoma's eyes, his skin began to change. From his feet upward, his flesh turned to stone, brown and rough like baked clay. His eyes widened, but his mouth could no longer move. And when the final drumbeat sounded, he stood still, a statue of stone, forever caught in the moment of rage. By dawn, the storm was gone. The villagers gathered, and when they saw Obidike standing there, machete frozen mid-swing, they fell silent. Ijeoma sat nearby, her eyes calm and wet with tears. "He has found his silence," she whispered. The elders named the stone Noni, the woman's stone. It remained there at the edge of the village as a warning and a story. And from that day on, whenever a man raised his hand in anger, someone would whisper, "Careful, or the drums will remember you too." Years later, Ijeoma traveled far from OMUYA, but her story followed her. Women across villages began to carve small drums and keep them hidden in their homes, not for music, but for courage. And when they felt their voices dim, they would tap the drum and whisper, "I am not weak. I am not silent. The ancestors hear me." Moral of the story. Silence may hide pain, but it cannot bury truth. When a woman finally speaks, even if her voice trembles, the earth itself listens. and those who raise their hands in cruelty may one day find them turned to stone.